Hello viewers, Flash Motorsport here, and our first race today is at Watkins Glen Raceway. I didn't bother qualifying for this, so I start in 9th place. And let the carnage begin. So for some reason this Honda brakes real early, so I plough into the back of him, then get ploughed in myself, but snoop up the inside here and manage to gain P6 out of that, so that's 3 places gained. And tuck in behind NBA 2K is bad. Now I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm glad I'm away from that Hyundai because that car just sounds awful. As we approach the inner loop, I decide to let off a little bit early, but I'll get dragged into the bad air from behind that Honda. Get pushed a bit by the Audi, throws me off my normal line and the back end swinging around a bit, but I keep him behind me. As we head around the outer loop, I decided it'd be better just to let him go past. He's a little bit quicker than me, so there's no point trying to defend. I've got another 6 laps to go on this, so let me have the space, stay behind. There's no point fighting it out now and possibly getting rammed off the track. Let him have the space and try and keep it behind him and use his speed to my advantage and his aggressiveness, maybe. Either way, I'm hoping my idea works out to plan. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I'll brake a little bit early here and manage to mess up this turn, slide a little bit off track. Not as far as NBA though, but I got enough to get me nervous. I was going to get a penalty for it, but I don't, which is lucky for me. As we come out of the S's onto the back straight, I decide to go on the left hand side for him. He comes over, just gives me a little love tap. Now this is why we need a radar, because if he had a radar, I'm 90% sure he wouldn't have hit me there, because as soon as he touched me, he moved out of the way. So he wasn't expecting me to be there. You know, you don't know what camera setting is on. He could be inside a cockpit view or anything. He's not going to see me beside him. We need a radar or something. But I take up the inside here. I've got a much faster exit than he has, and this is my chance to shine. The Golf is coming up at an alarming rate, so as we hit the 200 board, I let off and start braking, and the Honda Civic comes beside me sideways. So obviously the Golf is giving him a bit of a nudge, and the annoying Hyundai's got in front. Just want to hear that noise standing out of my ears. It sounds like a wet fart. And it's all, you know, compared to other race cars on this touring car series, that car is real loud as well. It's real prominent in your ears. And I don't know what happens here, but I don't know why he braked so hard, because the Honda Civic wasn't expecting it behind me either. That's why he bumped me. He really braked into this corner. I'm trying to get around him, but it's defending like quite aggressively. So I decided to back off and just apply a bit of pressure. Let him make his own mistakes. Go on, Gio. Into the inner loop. He doesn't make a mistake here, but I know my strong corner is this outer loop here. And so if I play it right, 94, 95 miles an hour, see the hut full throttle, hold the inside line, I'm going to have such a better run out than he has from that corner. It's really is very powerful. I mean, look how much faster I'm just pulling away. Looking out for 200 board, hitting the brakes, down the 4th. I didn't cover the inside as strongly as I should have. I was thinking he might go up inside, but I hit the grass here, just totally bent it. But surprisingly, I thought he would have been quicker at that turn than I was, but he wasn't. And I keep in front of Gio and the fart can. Braking just before the 200 board, on the Civic comes steaming in from behind, straight off the track nearly, and I get a great exit off from this corner as well. Final lap, not much has happened. I managed to make quite a difference from the cars behind. I'm 5 seconds ahead of them, but I'm only 1.2 seconds from the Golf in front. Now the guy, cashless soup, that was a 3.75 second penalty. That's one hell of a penalties. Well, we obviously accumulated, but they've been adding up. So my idea is, yes, the Golf is faster. It has been nerfed as far as I understand, but it's still quite a quick car. So long as I can keep up with him and keep within 3 seconds of him, I'm going to have 6th place. And I'll be happy at that. But as you can see, 1.2 seconds ahead of me. He's off the track again. 3.75. He's going to get another penalty for that one. No. Braking at the 200 board again. Down to 4th. The tyres are near enough dying of death. Last corner, and we are 0.5 seconds behind him. 0.4, and we're still catching up. I absolutely love it. Well, the end of the race, I come in 6th place. Cannot grumble at that. We're head over now to a new track, Yas Marina. And it's a new track, so this one is utter carnage. It's real rough, it's embarrassing to say. So as we come down our first straight, go to the right, looking out for the 100 board, hitting the brakes, and the Honda really slows down. I don't know why. So I swoop up the outside. Now these two here, Alfa Romeo and Devortes, have a bit of a tiff along this next bit of run, and Alfa Romeo turns out to be the one on the losing end of this one. And well, he's not the only one. A few are down on this corner here. It's quite complex, so I quite enjoy it, because it's really about maximising the power and acceleration and braking whilst turning as well. I quite enjoy that series of turns. So I tried racing Dav Torres down this back straight, but I gave up in the end. Quicker than me, I just tuck in behind him. It's no point racing. Now these final few turns are quite easy to do. Go down a second gear, clip the inner curb, and providing you don't get shunted like I do, you can, once you've got your first initial turn in, hold the wheel in the same position. You go around the next turn, around the whole turn in second gear, same steering position, and then power on again and going across the line. Easy peasy. Braking at the 100 board, watching where everybody's going, hoping not to get slammed about a bit more. That's all I need. And just letting off again here for this turn here, and then power back on again. And this is where it's quite complicated. This is where all the mistakes happen, because as you can see, I'm sliding out now, and you've got to brake real hard for this bend here. And I end up crashing into, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. So this is why I want, and I'll keep saying this in every video, the ghost to kick in. I mean, if the ghost was there, I wouldn't have hit him. Then I wouldn't have had a collision, no penalty, it doesn't affect my rating. How am I meant to avoid that? Anyway, we'll fast forward to the end of this lap, beginning of lap 3, and I catch up to Alfa Romeo. Now keep an eye out, look for the 100 board, hit on the brakes, and I keep a wide line, let Alfa Romeo have some space. And I don't know why he's showing his dominance or not. He goes into the side of me. You know, I'm in my head, so there's no reason he didn't see me. It could be a reason. I would doubt it. I'm not even going to go down that route of wondering why. I can't even look at the replay. Like, you know, the Forza replays are still broken. So I can't see if he had different views, could he see me? So I'm just going to say he tried showing his dominance against me and it didn't work. Right, coming up to this back straight here. Dav Torres, I don't know, and Alfa Romeo seem to have rekindled their lovers' tiff. As we come down here, I keep away, and Dav Torres slams in the back of Alfa Romeo and pushes him off the track. I just don't get it, and this is why I play quite cautiously, because even though I haven't hit anybody, it just takes someone to slam you off the track, your race is lost. You know, the door bashing, I just back out of it because there's no point. I've argued it before and I end up coming worse off. Whether it's because I'm on a wheel and they're on controller, I don't know. I just don't see the point. Anyway, I see Alfa Romeo in my rearview mirror. It's getting me quite uneasy. So I decided to just get out of the way, brake in here, and turn a bit late. It's my own fault on this one, and go off the track. And then back to this corner again, next lap, and decided to cut it a bit too much and managed to get myself a 0.1 second penalty, which is really helpful. But never mind, lesson learnt on that one. I didn't expect the car to turn as well as it did actually. That's what threw me off guard. I was like, I turned, and usually you slide just a little bit. This time it was like, nope, full grip. I was like, just my luck. Anyway, everything unfolds a bit more here. So Dav plows into the back of that yellow Audi. I'm not even trying to pronounce that. Pushes in front of Alfa Male then takes him off the track. That's it, that guy out of the game. God knows what happened down here, but on a straight line another person decides to turn around and go the wrong way. And this is what I mean about this track. It's real carnage. I can see Alfa Male in the rearview mirror by the looks of it, and he's really battling to get back up here. Real battling. I think that's Alfa Male. Yeah, it is, looking at the board. Really trying to get back up here, so going off the track and everything, so I think he has a bit of a vendetta. Anyway, I have a better come out of this exit, so I put my foot down and do my best to get in front, because I do not want to be caught in a battle between them two. There's something going on I don't know about, I don't want to be a party of. And we're looking out for the 100 board on the brakes, turn in, and for some reason he just goes inside of me like I'm not there. You know, and this is the kind of play style you're playing with sometimes. Sometimes you're just not the brightest bulb in the pack. So, no harm, no foul. I'm out of the way. They're far back. 1.5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds behind me. I know with them out my way, I can really start pushing this car. I'm on my final lap anyway. They got no chance. I mean, maximise the corners, maximise the track limits. Do not go over that right hand curb there, because that is a track limit there, and I learnt my lesson the hard way. I've done a couple of practice laps, so I learnt that one. Braking at 100 board, down second gear, and this is what I mean about this corner. Turn in, alright, my tyres are a bit dead, and then power on a little bit, go into third, let off a little bit, and then back on, and then across the line. And I gained 10th place out of that, so not a bad race overall. Everybody usually gets pushed out your way, which is not bad. I gained 7 places overall throughout the race. Can't grumble, the track's quite fun, providing people know their barriers. Anyway, moving on to Road America. I decided to smash out some qualifying laps. Now, I'm not always the best at qualifying, I have no idea why. Whether it's the pressure of only having 3 laps, or the pressure of being by yourself. Well, you're not by yourself. There are people on the track, but they're sort of ghosted. Or the pressure of having to do your best in the 3 tries. I have no idea. But my qualifiers are always really off. Like, you know, 1 minute I could do a hell of a good lap in the practice run, and the next time around I am awful. Either way, I'm going to give it a shot and see what we can come up with. Coming down here, flat out, past the crane, first light, braking, down to third, turning in. Someone's just woke up. And turning in again. And I'm not too worried about scrubbing the tyres or getting them hot. They're going to cool down instantly like this anyway. And these soft tyres are going to be used for 3 laps, so it doesn't really matter. But as we approach the finish line, we are hitting 1 minute 10.4. Puts me in first place. Let's see how long I hold that one for. I totally mess up qualifying lap 2, so this is my fastest time qualifying lap. But there is still huge improvements that I can make myself. I know I can do much faster. I can get below the 110s. So, either way, I'm down to 4th at the minute. Do you know what I mean? I'll take this corner too shallow, too slow. And my split is 3.5 seconds slower than my fastest lap up to now, today on this track. It'd be good to know what my actual fastest lap ever was. I'm not too sure. I'm sure there's a way you can find out on Forza. Wouldn't hold my breath though. Anyway, braking at the light, down to 4th, turn in, accelerate, and then back off down to 3rd, use the engine rotation, and then power back on using that curb. And there I am, 0.7 faster than my original lap, just those 2 turns alone. So that's really massively make or break. If I can hold that, it puts me into 3rd place qualifying. As the race starts and everybody else has finished their qualifying laps, I got demoted down to 6th place. But that's not going to hold me back. As long as I stay with the pack up in front, I should be in a good strong position at the end of the race. And I should play a bit cautiously here. Everybody's gone around me. There's no rush. There's 7 laps of this. And I'd rather everybody fight each other, get off track and get penalties. And I can swoop in like I have done here and get it to P4. But I get distracted here and manage to get myself off the track, which in turn cost me a position. Never mind, there's 2 people on the grass here fighting each other. Debris just in the way of the car. People don't get in the way. Just trying to get on that line without being courteous of what's going on around them. As you can see, it's held the group behind us back, which is to my benefit, of course. But breaking up the light and down the 4th, turning in, and the 3rd, coming in a bit hot. And power back on. And as long as I keep in the slipstream of Get Ligudru, I'm going to call him Jet, I'm in a strong position. But look how much quicker I am through the straight than he is. And the fog settled in. Like I say, it's alright being in front, but when you hit the corner, this is where it gets me nervous, because I brake at the just before the 200 board and go in. I just don't want to be constantly rear-ended. Lap 3, heading down the back straight. Rapid Crumpet is beside me. He's managed to catch up, and there's nothing I can do. The Audis are just quicker. I decided to brake a little bit earlier here, and it's just carnage, man. Absolute carnage. But I gained P4 out of it, so I can't really grumble too much. As long as I keep up with these 2, I'm still within a tow. I've got another Audi behind me. And long as like I say, as long as I keep up with these Audis, I'm not going to lose on speed-wise. I'm better in the corners, but in the straight line speed, these are about 5 or 10 miles per hour faster than I have. But Tyrant Lord comes up the inside, slams into Royal Crumpet, and that is Royal Crumpet out of the way. Rapid Crumpet. I don't know why I can think of Royal Crumpet. Anyway, I keep up with Tyrant Lord. I'm going to work with him and try and keep my position here, because he's got a 2.5 second, well, 2.25 second penalty for whatever reason. Now, if I can keep up with Tyrant Lord and they will go across the finish line, I'm going to nick that spot up off them, so I'll be on the podium. That's my logical thinking, and also keeping behind them keeps my speed up in the straights. Final lap on the back straights, real close up to Tyrant Lord. Decide to make a move. Not the smartest bulb in the pack, but we're not going to catch up to P2. He's just gone. So decided to add a bit of pressure on and then move back in behind. I'm about to max out the engine. It's screaming. But like I say, they've got a 2.25 second penalty, so long as I keep up with them and don't balls up on this last turn here, I shall be golden. Which I don't. But it's so much quicker at the turn than I am, so obviously there's a bit of work at my end to do to be able to come out of the turn a little bit quicker. As you can see on the straight, I'm being left for dust. But at the end, I finished on the podium. Go me. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video.